Okay, we are live back here in Mile High Stadium in Power Field. As you can see behind us. How are you doing today, Ben? It's been what a wild, awesome week of football. How are you? Ooh, Ben, did I lose you?
It has been an
Ben, I think I might have lost you. One second, I'm gonna add you back here in a sec. Okay, are you with me now?
Okay, I'm here. Can you see me?
Yeah, we're gonna just restart that. I want to welcome our viewers first of all. Before I do that, thank you so much to all of you for joining us. Before we even begin, Ben, I couldn't help but notice your shirt is very red. Right in the aftermath of the Broncos' defeat to the Chiefs. Is that intentional? What's the thought process there in that?
Am I back now? By the way, can you see me?
Well, we see you. We hear you loud and clear.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, I guess I got dropped there for a second, huh? Okay, I'm back. I'm back.
You're back.
Oh, good. Oh, gosh, that was weird. Yeah. But yeah, I'm back. This that's a strange coincidence. It certainly has nothing to do with the Kansas City Chiefs having just beaten the Broncos again. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'll have to just pay more attention to what I wear. I don't know. Just a strange coincidence.
Yeah, it kind of bothers me, to be honest with you. Not a lot of things bother me, but any reference to the Chiefs' dominance over the Broncos in recent years does bother me a lot. So
it does, huh?
Accidents and not intentional. That's all.
Yeah, I'll just try not to remind you of it or anything like that. Yeah.
Okay, I appreciate that. So speaking of the red shirts and the Chiefs, I'm curious to kind of hear your thoughts on the game. It's an interesting game. The Broncos, I think you and I both predicted big time losses. I predicted a Bronco loss by 3 touchdowns, and I think it was 5 points they lost by. What are your thoughts? That's part one. Part two, I'm curious, the great Drew Lock debate. What are your thoughts on Drew Lock? Is he the guy? Not the guy? What do we do about him?
Well, first off, about the game, my goodness, it was a bit close. I don't know if you noticed, but I was starting the Chiefs defense again this week, and it wasn't going very well. That first Broncos touchdown just was not called for at all. And then they scored a second touchdown, and it was way too close to call. Too close for comfort, I should say, and for those who are starting the Chiefs defense, that is. And yeah. They put up quite a fight, the Broncos. If they did that. Oh.
Yeah, I think we lost you there, but it looks like you're back. Can you just say that one more time? They put up quite the fight, I think, as you said.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they put up quite the fight, which is great, except for
Sorry, yeah, we lost you again there.
We're still good?
We're good. We're back again. Yeah, it was a little fuzzy there. Okay.
Let me try.
I think we're good. I'll remove you. I'll pull you back. Okay.
Yeah.
And we'll restart. Okay. Beautiful. Okay. So this is quite the game. Now, you pointed out to me earlier. Now I'm a little fuzzy.
Oh, Danny, did we lose you?
We're good. We're back. This technology 2020
or I don't know is it my connection?
We're all having a hard time here. It's okay.
It's 2020, right? Par for the course, right?
Exactly. Now, you pointed out something interesting to me about my own fantasy implications from this game. Do you want to share with our audience out there what you heard?
Yeah, it's incredible. The two most incredible plays in the game, in my opinion at least, were plays that are not going to show up in the box score or the statistics. I mean, there is that incredible deep touchdown pass to your guy, Tyreek Hill, it would have been like, I don't know, like a 50-yard touchdown, and they call it incomplete because in real time it looked incomplete, but then the replay shown it never hit the ground. That was a touchdown. Danny, that was like 11 or 12 points that you should have had on that one play that they just got wrong.
And I will point out, I lost by 11 points.
So that one bad call, and why didn't they review it? Because the Chiefs, they didn't even it looked like an incomplete pass, so they didn't even realize it was an incomplete. And by the time they tried to, they looked at the tape, they did the next play, and they went on to the next play, and it was too late. And I was feeling for you, Danny, because it's like no, that's your guy. Why couldn't that have happened last week with Tyreek Hill? And then the other thing was then there was a different play where Mahomes makes this incredible, again, deep 50-yard pass, perfect, right in the bucket, dime of a pass to Tyreek Hill, touchdown again, and they call offensive holding on the Chiefs, so that gets wiped away. That's about 22 points that you coulda or shoulda had, and. And I'm feeling for you. That's the difference between you're winning or losing this week.
I hear you. And the truth is, as a Bronco fan, I'll take that. I'll take that loss to keep that guy out of the end zone all day. It sounds kind of weird. Sounds kind of like blasphemous. But I will gladly take Hill staying out of the end zone, even at the detriment of my own team. That's what a team. I bleed orange. Bronco country, baby.
Oh. Falling on the sword at the cost of your own fantasy victory. No,
it's hard to
no, Daddy, that's so noble. Unfortunately, it just ended up not making a difference in the end result. Unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on who you're starting. But yeah, quite a game. Notable for those two plays. Brandon, you're doing it again. You're escaping with another victory. The hands of fate have again worked in your favor.
I know, it's very, very disappointing. Yes, it truly is. But, now that we're just pivoting a little bit to fantasy, I know that our many viewers out there were told last week in the leading up to our epic matchup. And I'm sorry, my connection is pretty bad. But anyway, it was leading up to our epic matchup. They were left in suspense. Would you mind sharing with our viewers the outcome of that matchup?
Yeah, stuff happened. The game happened. One person won, one person lost. Life moves on.
Could you, I don't know, a little more specific, like which of the fantasy teams came out with the W, if you wouldn't mind sharing with our hundreds of viewers? Did we lose you? I think you froze. Or you're just... Okay. Let's try that again. Ben, I think maybe we lost you. Oh, no. I am sorry to our viewers out there. This, unfortunately, not a great connection we're having. Okay. Well, we lost Ben for now. We will see if he comes back. Yeah. It looks like we lost him. I guess he didn't want to share with all of you the outcome of our matchup. And that's probably why his screen just conveniently froze. Just happened to have frozen specifically at the moment when I asked him who won. That seems a little bit what we call hashgacha pratis. Pretty remarkable, the timing of that. He didn't want to have to be embarrassed. I was maybe embarrassing him, and the good Lord in his compassion and mercy spared him the embarrassment and made it that we got disconnected. But for those of you who were left in suspense, I will actually go ahead now and share with you who won. And that, of course, was me. I won. I beat Ben. Beat him 136.44 to 101.74. Now, I'm not really such a math guy. Maybe you out there can help me with my math. But I definitely beat him by over 34-ish points, give or take. A couple here and there. Oh, he's back. He is back. Ben is back. Ben,
I don't know what's going on today. It's like all of a sudden out of nowhere, like internet trouble is happening. It must be on I don't know what's going on. It's so strange that it happened at the exact moment you're asking me about our matchup from last week. That's crazy. How did that happen? What? Oh, unfortunately, I'm back. So I guess I have to talk about it then. Well, I'm happy to say, Danny, that you defeated me quite soundly, 136 to 101. And if there's anyone I have to lose to, there's no one I'd rather lose to than you. So you had a rather resounding victory, and dare I call it a blowout. And even with starting Kendall Hinton for the Broncos and Royce Freeman, who combined for I think a grand total of like 4 total points. 4. Unfortunately, Tyreek Hill went Super Saiyan, and him and Deshaun Watson were pretty much all you needed, and that was all you needed to soundly defeat me. And I give you credit for a resounding victory.
Yeah.
You're third on the season. And still keeping you alive for actually finishing in the not the playoffs, but the consolation bracket. If you recall, I last year was the champion of the non-champions, and thank you, and we're both still alive for that. So yeah, going to be the defending champion of the non-champions. Yeah. So, but no, you man, just Tyreek Hill and Deshaun Watson, man, just they had the games of their life for you last week.
Right, against you. Now, Ben, I would say I don't have a lot of wins, as you know. I have 3 wins in all. And you graciously said that if you had to lose to anyone, it would be me, and I appreciate that. And I have to tell you, if I would win against anyone, it would be against you.
I don't know if that's. I'll take it. We'll suss it out later. Yeah. We'll figure that out later. Yeah. So, but I'm so glad you got your 3rd victory of the season there. And then what happened this week? This week you came in at only 67 points. You went from 136 down to 67. Why couldn't you done the 67 last week?
Yeah, just the way the good Lord had it in mind, the whole time. It is kind of what it is, as they say. So,
yeah. So, yes, and so the most interesting matchup last week, for most of our viewers, it probably thought it was our matchup in our battle to not be in last place, but it turned out to actually be of Rummy's matchup, in which he pulled out. Thanks, Danny.
Sorry.
Yeah. In which he pulled out a 10th of a point victory last week, which is insane because for those who don't know, a 10th of a point, that's the equivalent to 1 yard. That's like 1 yard. So Rummy, we're going to bring you in and ask you basically pulled out a victory last week by literally one yard. that is nuts. What did that feel like?
I know, it was nice meeting the best player in the league, especially getting revenge on when he beat me the first game this season.
Rami, do we in revenge, my son? There's a certain pasuk in the Torah against taking revenge.
No, I'm joking.
But there's doesn't it make an exception for fantasy football?
There's a clause there. Rashi comments that in general we don't take revenge except for fantasy football.
Right. Yeah, he gives it out. So I mean, were you like on the edge of your seat, waiting to see?
Yeah.
Waiting to see like if the stat corrections were going to overturn the victory. I mean, that came, were you like watching that on pins and needles?
Yeah, no, but then also during the game, the Ravens against the Steelers, I needed every pass to go incomplete, or at best go to James Washington or someone else, Chase Claypool, not Eric Ebron. And I needed them to just manage to fit the Baltimore defense to finish the game finally, and not let the Steelers score 1 point even. I would have lost.
Rami, were you davening during this process for this outcome, this miraculous outcome? No. Okay.
See, you got that without davening. Wow. With davening, it may have been a little bit more of a victory, but like insurance points.
Yeah.
So, wow. So, and you showed that Dove, who has an incredible team, you showed that his team can be beat. You proved that. I mean, for giving him only his second loss of the year, how did that feel?
I don't know. It was fun, but you guys, none of our teams did good. None of us got 80 points even.
Wow.
I think I got 79.6. He got 79.5, I think.
Hey, all you need is 1 point more, or I guess in your case, 1/10 of a point more.
Or even 1/100th of a point more.
1/100th of a point. So, okay. So we have to ask you here, and your dad, we've devoted our lives to focusing on fantasy football and trying to win championships as a primary way of bringing meaning to life and accomplishing change through that. And after dedicating our lives to it, here we sit in last and next to last place respectively. And here you are for the very first time playing, having never played before. So we ask you, we beg you, please, what is your secret? How are you doing this? What is your advice?
My secret is, I guess, that everyone else doesn't have a great team either. Because you realize Matthew Stafford is not like the best quarterback for fantasy football. Keenan Allen is a nice.
When Dak went down, Stafford took the right?
Yeah. I think it might be Baker Mayfield now after his last game.
Yeah. Well, what's your secret? It's like, okay, meaning that's all on us. Are you basically saying that we're all horrible fantasy football players because why you're in contention? Or have you done things that make you more that elite crew, that elite crop that you're playing for a playoff spot? And Ben and I are literally in the last bottom of the barrel.
Yeah. I guess maybe I just play the right players because you guys, I'm not scoring many points since Dak went down. And now Corey Davis is doing amazing. I started him this week. And T.Y. Hilton, I'm hopefully going to start next week.
Why did you start Corey Davis last week?
Because my other options were Emmanuel Sanders, Jacoby Myers, T.Y. Hilton, Hunter Renfrow, or Keelan Cole. And Corey Davis was having an amazing last few games. So I decided, he's probably going to have another great game.
So he's analyzing trends. He's looking at the successes of the last couple of weeks. I've not done that, to be frank with you. Maybe you've not done that either. Maybe that's where we are, and that's why he is where he is.
Oh, no, I've put as many waking hours watching the tape, the game, as much as possible. Although it's hard to field a good team when you spend your third and fourth round picks on running backs who are not putting up large amounts of points for you.
Like
Wait, so
I know you don't have Gus Edwards from the Ravens
no, he's one of the few. He's one of the few.
and the Ravens defense.
Yeah, I would ask you to trade for it, but I found some other
Who do you
defenses.
give me? I could also pick up the LA defense.
You guys can work this out after, okay?
I think maybe we're after the trade deadline. I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Interesting. Huh. Well, I'm gonna I've taken some notes here, so I'm gonna maybe refer back to that.
Notepad right here.
Yeah.
Little wedding note.
Whoa, who is that stud on that notepad? Wow.
Does that stand for wolf or wedding?
That, I don't know. Ask your mother.
Ah,
Okay.
incredible. Incredible picture.
Cool. I mean, yeah, we're gonna say Ben.
I was just gonna say, Avrami, I feel, now this is the first opportunity where we've gotten to speak, where I could bring up our matchup between each other. I believe it was week 6, I think, or week 7, and there, if you recall, I was able to pull out a victory there. Do you remember our matchup?
Yes, I do, and I think you're lucky actually, because I think that it's honestly not very smart to play everyone from the same team, because the team is only going to get this amount of yards, this amount of touchdowns, this amount of fantasy points. So when you started Justin Herbert and you started everyone else you started from all different teams, they were all able to score most of the points, because you're not going to have, let's just say, Mark Andrews and you're not going to have, or let's say Willie Snead. They're not going to both get 100-yard games and a few touchdowns. One of them will get maybe a few touchdowns, another will get 100 yards, or one of them will get 100 yards and a few touchdowns, and the other won't do very good. But together, they're not going to do amazing. So that's why my strategy would be to play different people from different teams.
Yes.
So that's why Rummy's saying you got lucky, Ben.
Yes, I've learned that the hard way. As a matter of fact, I was I believe I was losing for a time, and if you recall,
Justin Herbert, yeah.
Well, the way I was able to pull out the victory, I believe, was it just so happened that was the prior time this season when the Chiefs were playing the Broncos. And if you recall, the Chiefs in that game won quite handily, much more.
Oh, no, we lost Ben there. I lost him somehow miraculously. I don't know how that happened. Somehow we lost Ben. Wow, funny how that works.
It is funny how it's working tonight. It is. But if you recall, the Chiefs pulled out a much more compelling victory the last time around, and it inspired me, the Chiefs' victory, because if you recall, that day I was starting the Chiefs' defense and special teams.
But I do know, not that, but when you were starting the Chiefs' defense and they got you -1 point.
Oh, well, that was week 5 against the Raiders, the first time they played the Raiders, and yes, that did get me -1 point. But do you remember how many points it got me when you and I faced off?
All I remember is Justin Herbert got you like 40-point-something points.
Oh, well, it turns out the Chiefs defense got me that week like 24 points. And, watching that, I was overcome with feelings and emotion. And it inspired me to write a song about that experience. And I'll just say up front that it's a love song. Here it is. Can I get a pitch? Can I get a ha from both of you? Oh, perfect. Oh, KC, you are the one for me. Oh, KC, please don't forsake me. KC, you are my destiny. Oh, KC, I sing to thee. Oh, the prospect of losing to Avrami left an emptiness deep inside my tummy. Oh, with a record of just 2-4 meant I just couldn't lose anymore. My season was teetering for sure. If I'd fall to 2-5, it'd mean my season was barely alive. How would my season survive? But then, like a white knight, the KC defense and special teams, it arrived. And now my season will thrive. Oh, KC, KC, you are the one for me. Oh, KC, KC, please don't forsake me like you did week 5 against the Raiders and cost me a victory. Oh, KC, KC, you are my destiny. Oh, KC, KC, I sing to thee. Oh, KC, KC, I pledge my allegiance to thee.
That was beautiful. I'm going to send this video over to the Chiefs, and maybe they'll bring you in and perform at halftime to the empty crowds. That was beautiful. Really well done.
Thank you. Just know that was inspired by our matchup.
Rami, it's a big schus you have, a big merit that you inspired that.
Thank you. Perhaps you'd like to join me in an encore?
No, I'm fine. So I'll do it about the Ravens when they score 24 points.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, that could work. But it might just, you just listen to it a few more times, and it'll catch on. Perhaps, I was thinking that perhaps we could even make that the theme song of the Mayor and the Rabbi. I don't know. What do you think? You on board for that?
Yeah, let's go. We'll go to a recording studio. If any of our Facebook viewers out there have a studio time, we'll come over and make a recording. That could be our background music, our entrance music, our leaving music is beautiful. I love that.
Yeah. Watch for it, fans. To official Mayor and the Rabbi production dropping on all, iTunes and Spotify, all the platforms coming to you. What was that?
MP3s.
Get
it on that URL with Carson Daly.
And the proceeds from that will all go, well, not to charity, but to the Kansas City Chiefs to help pay off Patrick Mahomes. We have to be there for Mahomes, man. We can't expect the Chiefs to pay that $500 million all on their own.
Will pick him up.
But we all need to chip in, okay? A little tzedakah, okay, to pay off Patrick Mahomes' contract, okay?
Give it to the Ravens. They can keep who's the best defensive player?
There's so many. Marlon Humphrey.
They stole Derek Wolf from the Broncos.
Alas, the hour is getting late. For those who are just tuning in, that song that Ben just sang us was life-changing. Thank you for that, Ben. Stay tuned on how to find that on your own device. It is getting late. We need to start preparing ourselves mentally for my favorite Tuesday Night Football from TNF. Love me some Tuesday Night Football. The greatest aspect, I think, of the pandemic is just football on weird days of the week, weird times. I'm loving this part of it. Not loving the whole people, getting sick thing and staying inside, but football on Tuesday night is actually nice. Ben, who's going to share with us just who you got tonight?
Sure. I do have, there are, about 3 or 4 more verses of that song though, but I guess another time, right? Yeah. So I will go tonight. Hey, my team name is the Bentamore Ravens. If I can't count on them to beat the Cowboys tonight, then can't count on them for anything. So definitely going Baltimore Ravens.
Let's go, shut them out.
35-10.
Is Lamar Jackson back this week?
Yep.
Oh, I think so. I hope so. I'm starting.
Okay.
Yeah.
If not, I'm gonna have to.
I got them. Yeah, I got them. Not quite as confident as you. I got them 34-13.
Oh, pretty close.
Similar.
What's your pick, Rami?
My pick, I'd say maybe 28-24.
Wow. Now, Avrami is pledging, if his defense carries him on his shoulders to victory, he needs like 12 points out of them or something, right?
Second time.
So Avrami is pledging to write a song about them
Okay.
that can be sung next time. So
Well, after
Can't wait.
either way from
we got to
last
get
week.
on our couches, get our popcorn, get our whatever have you, and tune in because we got some Tuesday night football coming your way.
So I have
Absolutely.
to write a song either way because they carried me to victory last week.
Oh, fine.
Getting better
Okay,
than
good.
Eric Ebron and the points that I needed to get ahead.
True. This is true.
Beautiful. I can't wait to hear it. Yeah. Our song doesn't make quite as much sense now weeks later after the losses have piled up. But but I can't wait to hear it.
Beautiful.
Right.
Beautiful. Good. All right. Well, it's been real. Thank you for all tuning in. And we will see you next time with the Mayor and the Rabbi. And this time, again, special thank you to our special guest, the Wolf.
Woo.
Cheerio then.